welcome back to the channel. So like the title suggests, today I'm in for push, so we're going to be working on our chest. This is how to actually grow a nice thick chest through all dimensions. So I'll be walking you through what I'm doing. I won't go into too much detail as I just want this video to fly by. We're going to be warming up on here on the pec deck because one, your chest naturally brings the humerus across the body. So this is going to be a good primer to move in some heavy presses, and yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, ooh, fucking hell. Okay, right, so both warm-up sets are done and finished. So now we're going into my first working set. I'll be doing a total of 3 working sets here. So here I'm sitting a bit lower, so I'm actually targeting the upper chest a little bit more than just the lower or middle. A lot of people set this up wrong because they sit either too high and their arms come down. I'm going to be wanting to go upwards, so I'm actually creating that density through the upper shelf, which in men's physique is going to help me look a lot wider and a lot fuller and thicker in the chest. So if you guys are wanting a fuller and thicker chest, sit lower, aim for a higher trajectory of the arms. Alright, let's get into it. Good tip for you, instead of you tearing your pec off your shoulder, come over, bring it over, grab hold of the other one, lock your fingers. Your fingers are quite strong. So automatically, my hands are not going to slip. This is just all finger strength here. Get into position, and then let's roll. Brace. Oh. Oh fuck! Oh, these always burn. I'm just super connected to my chest. Oh fuck, that burns. Right, so this is my backup set. So I've had a good amount of rest to actually attack this next set with a good amount of execution and a good amount of precision. Here we're going for a couple more reps. So last set we got 12, we're going for 15 range here. Really trying to contract and squeeze as hard as possible to get as much blood into the muscle so we go onto the heavy press. Oh. Oh, shit. Rinse and repeat. Find too many people complicate training. Do the basics, train hard, that's it. Okay, so here we have my first working set, which is 50 kilo dumbbells. Haven't been able to surpass 6 reps, including today I haven't actually even got my wrist straps, so this should be a hell of a challenge to kind of beat. But like you said, I'll reach my failure point and then dropping the weights. There's no point trying to push and injuring myself for ego sense. Just train with logic and train for execution, not stupidity. Fucking hell. Obviously, still resting. The next set is down to the 42.5s. This is one of the more taxing movements of the chest day. Don't actually train chest all that often, once a week, because it is a strong suit of mine. I don't need to overload it, I don't need to overtrain it. I need the other body parts to kind of catch up on my back and shoulders. But when I do train it, I make sure that I get the most out of the session. So every set I take pretty much to failure. I try not compromise form as much. I don't try and be sloppy, because there's two areas on your body which are very high at risk of injuries just by tendon connections, and that is your bicep from the bottom and top, or your pec tendon leading into your shoulder. So when you're doing those two movements, biceps and chest, you need to take an immense amount of caution, because they are very susceptible to injuries or rupturing. No ego lifting with this, such as like the people flat benching, you'll see them tear a pec because of the angle that you're sitting at. I gave up flat benching about 2-3 years ago. Haven't had any shoulder issues since. So yeah, bear that in mind whenever you're trying to hit your chest and shoulders. But on to your next set. Oh god, I made that more difficult than it needed to be. There. I knew I wasn't getting the last two. Alright, moving on. So we've moved over to a Smith machine for a close grip Smith press. So the values of actually using the Smith machine, it actually adds stability. It takes stability away from yourself.
So as you can't tell, my mic had died at this point. So all I was trying to say is that a Smith machine is very useful because it takes away stability from you. It doesn't move forward and back, it just moves vertically up and down, so it's safer to use. And you can really focus on the muscle connection. So here we have the first set of close grip Smith presses. I'm really trying to put emphasis on the triceps and not the chest, hence why my shoulders are pinned back. So here is my working set. Physically and mentally trying to slow down the movement, but really squeeze at the top. trying to actually target the short head of my tricep, as it is the weaker part of said tricep. Here there's going to be a lot of mechanical tension on the wrist and the elbow, so if it does become uncomfortable, I can completely relate, but just try and have a little jimmy around and see what works for you. So this is becoming more of a arm dominant session coming to the end. So here we're working our triceps and we'll be working biceps later on, but in this movement we're trying to hit the long head of the tricep and not the short. So this is the bigger muscle of the two, which will give you the illusion of having bigger arms when relaxed or even flexed. Here we have standing hammer bicep curls, obviously alternating between left and right, just trying to go for a nice burning sensation / pump. I'll do 3 sets of these and move on to the next exercise, which is the preacher curls. I will say I'm not the biggest fan on training arms. I find it very lackluster and not fun to do. So this is pretty much why you're probably seeing me rush through this segment, as it is just not a fun part for me to train, and it's just not a muscle group that's hard to overload. I quite like a challenge, and with arms you have to be more cautious than challenging.